Morning. I am back. It's my second day. Decided I'm gonna do like a 31-day challenge, and then if it goes well, then I'll just keep going. Um, I am using my computer again to record because when I tried to turn my phone on this morning after it fell in the toilet Chipotle yesterday, it did not even turn on. Won't even turn on. I could go into like the whole thing about that, but I promised that this wouldn't be like my dramatic life channel. So I'm not gonna, um, I'm not even gonna like go into it. Just suffice it to say that my phone is not working, and keep your fingers crossed that um, I pay insurance on it, so I'm hoping that I can get a replacement phone, even though it fell in water. I know that most phone companies, most phone maker companies, or whatever you want to call them, um, they don't cover water damage. But I don't know about like insurance, so I'm hoping that seriously hoping that insurance will cover it, because I need my phone. I need my phone. I need to be able to access my DoorDash app so I can transfer money, all that kind of stuff. I mean, it's insane how dependent we have become on these mini computers. I mean, basically, I can't do anything except drive over to my daughter's house, and um, aside from that, I mean, I can't really do anything. So I'm super frustrated about that, but I'm not even gonna stress about it anymore. I'm just gonna, like I said, it's not happening to me, it's happening for me. It's happening for me. And it's obviously a part of the process, and I don't know what that is, but I'm sure that in time it will be revealed to me. Um, it's my little area behind me. I like it a lot, but anyways, um, I'm sitting on the floor because I was sitting on my couch bed thing, and the lighting from the window, I don't know what it was, but it just was making everything like not, I mean, it wasn't picking up me hardly at all. But anyways, so I'm sitting on the floor, and I know it's not the best quality, but Aaron says that just do what you're gonna do, and don't worry about like your tools to do it. Use what you have, use what you got. So that's what I'm doing. I'm using what I have. And second video. So um last night I talked about I ended it with like this dragonfly thing. So 2 years ago I was, well, no, I guess it's more than 2 years ago now. Gosh, it was in 2016. Me and my kids all moved in together. My adult kids moved in together into this huge house. It was my son Tyler, his girlfriend at the time Emily, my daughter Kayla, and her husband Chris, and my grandson Oliver. We all moved into this house, and it was amazing having my kids under the same roof. But you know, it's also um, me and my daughter kind of butt heads when we're together for longer than a week. We start butting heads. I think it's like she's Gemini, I'm a Virgo, and so those guys just are like don't match at all. And also I think we're both kind of alpha females, and so you got two alpha females in the same household, and pretty soon it's just like that whole would you rather be right or have peace thing kind of goes out the window. And so it was a good thing that we all decided to go our separate ways. But one of the biggest blessings was, I was around my grandson for like the first 2 years of his life. I was constantly, um, I was just like a major part of his life. And so after we separated, after they moved out, and we, him and I developed this super, um, intense bond with one another. And so that was kind of cool. And so it was really difficult when he left. I was so sad. But when they left, I was the only one left in the house. And the house was huge. The house was huge. So there was like the first floor, basement level, and then upstairs. Um, and so when they left, I was all alone in this huge house. And I would come home and um, I'd have a hammer right at the front door. I'd grab that hammer and I'd like walk through the house and check and make sure that I was the only one in the house. I don't know what I would have done if somebody was in the house with that hammer, because I can't imagine myself bludgeoning somebody to death. I just can't see myself doing that. That's I have these dreams where I punch people and it's kind of like slow motion. And then when I hit them, it's like barely a but even still, I'm like, I don't want to hit you, but anyways, I digress. So I would get home from work and I would grab my hammer, and the first floor, the main level was nothing. It was like the living room, a small powder room, a coat closet. This is a good sized coat closet, and then the kitchen dining room area, which was like this open concept, and then the backyard. And so I would go through the first level, the main level, check the backyard, and then I would go down in the basement. The basement's a different story. The basement was huge. And it had all these little nook and cranny rooms. Like, so there was like a storage room off to like the left when you went in, and then there's also like in the storage room there was like this crawl space that like went under the house that somebody could like easily like get in there and like hide and like come out later and slit your throat or something, who knows. So, and then in the very back there's like this office type room, and then there's like this other weird room right here with this creepy bathroom. It was actually a powder room also, kind of just toilet, sink, whatever. But the main area of the basement was really cool. It had this fireplace. It was super cozy. It's where Tyler's room was. That's where Tyler stayed. Really cool room for like a 24-year-old, 23, 24-year-old. Um, I don't know if that's, I don't know. Maybe he's 23. Who knows? But anyways, so I would go through the basement and make sure that it was all safe, and then I'd go upstairs and check upstairs out, and then there's 3 rooms upstairs and 2 bathrooms, and then a balcony off the main bed, off the main bedroom. The main bedroom, the master bedroom. The master bedroom was my daughter and son-in-law's, because they had Oliver and and then so I had the other bigger bedroom over across the hall from the master bedroom. And then so I check and make sure that everything was kosher up in the upstairs, and then I would go in my room, lock the door, and that's where I would stay until it was time to get up and get ready for work and get out of there the next day. And that's just how I did until September, when I was going to move into my own apartment. But up until that point, I was um, back in 2016, when my daughter and my son-in-law told me that they were gonna have Oliver. It was January 2016. They came over to my house. Guess what? We're pregnant. I'm like, woohoo! I've always wanted to be a grandma. I used to tell my kids from the time that they were able to understand anything, I was born to be a grandma. And so that's just kind of been something ingrained in them. I liked being a mom, but I knew from a very young age that I wanted to be a grandma more than anything. So, don't know why. So, super excited when they tell me about Oliver. I was like, hey, right on. So, universe answered my prayer, whatever, my request, whatever. So, so I decided then I wasn't healthy at all. I decided then that I was going to really start healing. And I'm not going to go too much into my childhood, anything like that, because I just don't want to give that any more energy that it deserves. And I'm trying to move beyond those experiences as a child because they don't serve me anymore. And so I'm not going to go into it too much. So suffice to say, it wasn't the best childhood. Who's had the perfect childhood? I think that if um, a well-adjusted adult, I think, is an anomaly. I think any adult that has had the perfect childhood is an anomaly. But back to this other thing. So I decided in 2016 I was really going to start healing. And I think when you put something like that out into the universe, it really steps up and expects that from you. It's like, okay, let's do this. So my dental health was horrible. There's a lot of work that needed to be done. I couldn't afford to do it, but I decided then, you know what? I am going to have a beautiful smile by the end of 2017. And so um, it happened. I manifested that, and now I have this beautiful smile. Hi. Anyways, so that was really awesome. I mean, very kind benefactor helped me out with that. And so, I mean, so yeah, I that was, part of it. But then also, I mean, I've known deep down that I'm attracted to women from I was like 8 years old. My third grade teacher, Miss Levin, I had a huge crush on her, and she's huge. Like she used to come and do things with our family all the time, um, and she I think she probably knew that I was because she was. I'm pretty sure she was. I remember we'd go sledding together and I'd get to sit on her lap. I get to sit on her lap when we were going down these hills, and I would be like, "Oh my gosh, I get to sit on Miss Levin's lap." Her name was Barb, though, and so outside of class, when she came over to our house, I got to call her Barb, and so it was amazing. So, anyways, I got to sit on her lap, and it was like, anyways. So I knew way back like then that, I was not like the other girls in, my peer group, who had crushes on like Fonz and like people like that. I don't even know who would you have a crush on Scott Baio, I guess. I don't know, but no, because I had crushes on like Princess Leia and Marianne from Gilligan's Island and people like that. And so, and the female body has always been something that causes great arousal for me. So, I've known for a long time that deep down that I am. And there's been also a few experiences in my past where, but because of the way I was raised, that was not an option. And so straight out of high school, I got married to my high school sweetheart, and because I didn't know what else to do. And that didn't work out because I'm a lesbian. And so then, even though I'm a lesbian, I hooked up with this jackass from Canada, and I don't know, he is where he is. I'm not gonna make any kind of judgments. He is where he is in his spiritual evolution, and blessings you. Um, And that didn't work out, of course. And so then I met this other person, bless his heart, who I was with for 15 years, and um, that didn't work out either, of course. There's alcohol involved and alcohol abuse involved, and um, I think regardless, it wouldn't have worked out because I'm a lesbian. And at some point or another, that was going to have to be addressed. And so in 2016, I decided that it was time. So I came out to myself, and then I came out to my kids, who were very accepting, very like, my daughter is kind of like, kind of figured that already, mom. So, and so then, anyways, that whole process, the whole healing process, at that point in my life, I felt like I was being birthed or something, and I moved into my own place, and I had this great apartment, and, I was doing my own thing. I was independent, but up until that point, I was going through this process. I was feeling like I was being birthed, like, and I feel like when a child is born, that baby probably goes through as much trauma as the mom does. And that's kind of how I felt. I kind of felt like I was being given birth to. And was in the process of super huge healing. I was going to Al Anon because the whole AA thing. And I do believe that I am an Al Anon person. I do attract addictive type personalities, and I have an addictive personality, and my addiction is um, relationships, and so I I I thrive on um, validation, romantic validation from someone else, and so I think the first step in correcting a problem is recognizing the problem. So that's kind of where I'm at right now, is just, kind of like recognizing that I do have an issue with um, having this addiction to people who are going to feed my ego. And then when they can't feed my ego, then I have these behaviors that sabotage the relationship, my happiness, the other person. And so I am working on that. But I remember, like, right before everybody moved out, everybody was getting ready to move out of the house, my kids, whatever, we were all getting ready to go our separate ways. Um, I remember that a dragonfly flew into the house, and like a couple times one flew into the house, and the following week we went to like this pumpkin patch thing, and they had like local artists there, and I was looking at rings, and there's this dragonfly ring, and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna get that dragonfly ring. And so anyways, because um I looked up the symbolism of, what happens when a dragonfly enters our environment, and we didn't live anywhere near like water, and dragonflies usually live near bodies of water and stuff like that. And we didn't live anywhere near a body of water. To my recollection, nearest like even irrigation ditch was like 6 miles away. So, or maybe 3 miles away as the crow flies. But um yeah, where did these dragonflies come from? So, um, I read into it, and it said that when dragonflies enter in your environment, it means that you are basically going through a metamorphosis, a seriously powerful spiritual metamorphosis. And I knew that. I knew that even when I saw the dragonfly, I knew. I was like, it's telling me, it's reaffirming the fact that you're on the right path. Keep trucking. And so I did more research into dragonflies, and it's kind of funny because a dragonfly can stay a pupa for like up to, I think, 24 months, like 2 years or something like that. And if you know any differently, then go ahead and comment. let me know, leave a comment letting me know like how long they actually do stay in that pupa, or how long they can stay in a pupa stage. And it's entirely up to them, I guess, when they decide to actually evolve or morph or whatever into their actual dragonfly state. And so I felt like I was like a dragonfly pupa getting ready to morph. And so I moved into this place, still continuing to work on myself. And then this person came along, the person that dumped me came along and courted me like I've never been courted, and completely swept me off my feet. And I fell in love, and kind of like I said, I put kind of like um, I paused that whole dragonfly thing. And so, I guess that the universe was like, no, we're not going to let you pause anymore. This person needs to move along so that you can get back to this morphing into your dragonfly state. And so that's where I'm at now. And I know the fucking phone, sorry, excuse my language. I was just telling somebody the other day, I have the mouth of a sailor who has an alter ego that's a truck driver. So I'm going to try and censor myself, but for the most part, if it slips out, it slips out. And if it's offensive, I apologize. Not trying to be offensive, but um yeah, so I'm trying to have no attachment to the outcome of the whole phone thing. Whatever happens, happens. I know that I'm being taken care of. I know that whatever is happening in my highest and best interest, and that I'm going to be okay. And so when I keep telling myself that, then I feel better. So I don't know how I'm going to record over. I'm going to Kayla's, my daughter's house for Thanksgiving because it's Thanksgiving weekend, or today is Thanksgiving Eve. So I'm going over there until probably Sunday, to spend the holidays with them and help her. She's cooking her first turkey this year, so I'm going to go help her with that. And so I'm just going to let her know, hey, I'm going to be recording, and I hope that it's okay and that you're not going to make fun of me. But I'm gonna really work on and trying to have content that you all are going to be interested in. It's going to keep coming back. And I'm just going to believe that this is going to be super beneficial for me. And the phone thing is going to work itself out. It's all a part of the process. It's not happening to me, it's happening for me. And that's all I'm going to say. But you guys, I'm going to end this now at 23 minutes. It's longer than the 15, but I hope you all have a happy Thanksgiving if you don't live in America. Happy fall. It's almost Christmas. Woohoo! I love you for watching, and blessings. Bye.